pleasant good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Sports Center of Connecticut here in Shelton, Connecticut, where we are downstairs today for this afternoon's NEWHA game between the Assumption University Greyhounds, who are 3-8-1 on the season, 3-5-1 in the NEWHA, and your Post University Eagles, 3-11 overall, 3-6 in the NEWHA. A pleasant good afternoon. I'm Jeff Nelson, along with Coach Pete Whitney, who'll be here in just a moment. We bring you this exciting match to the Eagles' first game in a week, taking on the Assumption Greyhounds. Starting lineups are about to be announced here in the arena. Coach, our first women's game of the year, as we're broadcasting live here from Shelton, Connecticut today. Talk to me about the Post University women's team, what to expect, and where they're going to be going.
Well, Jeff, I think Coach Silverman's done a really great job this year from the defensive end of their game. Their goaltending is really solid. Their defense, they have a pack-in kind of a D, which limits grade A scoring opportunities. What they're going to have to try to figure out more consistently is a way to create offense from that defensive setup in order to have a better opportunity with more shots on goal, to kind of even that gap, shorten it up a little bit. But it's been a good season for them, I think, so far. Early, but good in the NEWHA league.
So it looked a program that struggled last season, but has been it seems to be much improved this season. What's the difference between last season and this season?
I think overall, just from on the ice piece, is a team discipline that seems to be there, and a really good level of compete. You know, last time these two teams played, Post score was down by 2 goals with less than 3 minutes left in the game. They came back and tied it, weren't able to get it done, unfortunately, in overtime, but showed resilience, which, as a coach, you got to love that.
Excellent. The starting lineups brought to you by Post University and their 21 NCAA Division II sports. For more information on Post University Athletics, go to posteagles.com. That's posteagles.com. And for more information on Post University and all that it has to offer, go to post.edu. That's post.edu. Before we get to the starting lineups, we'll rise up for the national anthems, and we'll be right back with you in just a moment.
At this time, we ask you to please remove your covers for the playing of our national anthem.
Our national anthem. Starting lineups brought to you by Post University, offering online, hybrid, and on-campus degree programs to meet your needs. For you, Post is personal. For more information on all of Post's degree programs, to visit campus or to apply, go to post.edu. The starting lineups for the visitors from Assumption: Rachel Agater. Forward from Eagan, Minnesota, plays left wing. Jenna Champlain. Center, freshman from Peabody, Massachusetts, and Alexa Hanrahan, a freshman out of Maple Grove, Minnesota, are the forwards. The defensive combination is Caitlin Prive, freshman out of Morrisville, Vermont, and Caitlin Cielo, freshman out of Vernon, New Jersey. The goaltender is Carissa Mudrack, junior out of Duluth, Minnesota. She's 2-5-1 on the season with a 3.08 goals against average and a 9.10 save percentage. The head coach is Jack Sweeney, assistant coach Delaney Couture, and Kenneth Swain. For your Eagles starting lineup and forward, Jody Rose, freshman out of Pickering, Ontario. Jade Giesbrecht, senior out of Winnipeg, Manitoba. And Jet Devlin, freshman out of St. Albert, Alberta, are the forwards. The defensive combination is Sigel Desai, junior out of Gardner, Massachusetts, and Angeline Pitter, junior out of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. In goal, number 30, Hannah Saunders, sophomore out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Hannah is in her 7th game. She's allowed 20 goals, has a .920 save percentage. Head coach of the Eagles is Gretchen Silverman, assistant coach Chris Huntington. Those are your starters today, Coach. Should be a good one. Both teams with 3 wins, looking to move up in the NEWHA. Assumption, a first-year program, a lot of freshmen, obviously. What's the struggle for a first-year program like an Assumption?
Well, I think the struggle, obviously, for a first-year program to me is creating that program, getting it off the ground, getting the players that you want. And certainly Assumption's done a really good job of that, showing that right off the bat here, right off the hop, that they can compete in the league play. So this should be a really good one.
Should be a good one. Post looking to move up in the NEWHA standings. The Greyhounds from Assumption looking to do the same. The Eagles in their home purple and orange uniforms going right to left. As you look at your dial, Assumption in their white and blue going left to right. Both teams looking to get that big win, get their 4th win of the season. Again, Assumption 3-5-1 in conference. Post 3-6. And wherever you are across the CACC network or youtube.com/GoPostEagles, we thank you for joining us today. Face-off won by the Eagles, dumped into the Greyhound zone, and out to center it goes. Back to the Eagle defense where it's played by Jody Rose. Rose goes behind her net with a back pass, nice to the side. Feeds it up the far side boards, and a nice chip pass out to Giesbrecht. Giesbrecht looks ahead for Devlin. It rolls off her stick into the Greyhound zone and back to the Eagle defense where Pitter feeds a long pass ahead to Giesbrecht, looking quickly for Devlin, but overshot the pass and played back to center. Dumped into the Eagle zone for the first time really by Lilly. Caroline Lilly, freshman out of Wakefield, Massachusetts for the Greyhounds. Shot taken from the point. Rebound, they scored just like that. An innocent play. Rebound left out in front, and Sheridan Terrazano, the junior out of Groton, Massachusetts, pops her 5th of the season. And at 55 seconds, it's 1-0 Assumption. Coach, simple play, shot on goal, rebound, goal.
Right, I think that whole thing started behind the net. You know, the post defender really didn't have their head up. And honestly, the Assumption player did a great job reading that play, stepping in, intercepting that pass, shot on goal, like you said, and then buried the rebound.
1-0 Assumption, just like that, 55 seconds into the game on Terrazano's 5th of the season, her 16th career NCAA goal, and the former Post University player gets revenge on her former team with her 5th of the season. 1-0 Greyhounds, long pass into the Eagle zone. This should be an icing, and it is. We'll get you the assists in a minute. So officially the goal is Terrazano, her 5th, from Lexi Kirkby, the freshman at Jamestown, North Dakota, at 55 seconds to make it 1-0. Long pass into the Eagle zone, played at the defense, and then sent back to center where it's played by Lily Corso, the freshman out of Winchester, Massachusetts. Quick pass up to Emma Gurnell, who chipped it off the netting and out of play. The line of Gurnell, Browning, and Johnson on now for the Greyhounds.
Good opportunity here, Jeff, for Post to kind of regroup. You know, very often when you give up that one first, sometimes it can really reset your focus.
Face-off won by Gurnell, sent into the Eagle zone. Fancy move there by Browning, who tries to get a shot but was deflected into the near side corner, who plays it back to the defense of Valentini. Valentini sends it back around on the boards all the way to the far side where it's played by Webster. Webster tries to chip it out, still in. Kept it nicely by number 57, who is Cassandra Johnson, and she chipped it in on Mudrack, who has to make another save. Again, Coach, Assumption doing very simple things, keeping the puck in the Eagle zone early.
Yeah, I mean, the game is that simple. I think sometimes as players, we tend to overcomplicate things, especially when you know Post wants this game based on the way the last one happened. But keep it simple, execute, and you'll come out on top.
But Gaffigan wins the face-off for the Greyhounds. Back to the point to Pride, who took a shot that went wide. And then a rebound shot taken and scored again. Off a simple play again. And at 2:19, Assumption takes a 2-0 lead. It looked like it was put in by Kayla Gaffigan. Coach, again, simple play, simple shot. And into the net.
Yeah. I mean, I think Post has got to sort of take a breath here and just start picking players up, identifying your man, and making those plays like you work on practice every day.
For McGaffigan, her second of the season. Ella Rago will get one of the assists. So McGaffigan second from Rago at 2:19. And again, 2 goals within 2 minutes and 24 seconds of each other. 1 minute and 24 seconds of each other. And the Lady Greyhounds have a 2-0 lead just like that, and the Eagles need to regroup. Out of the zone they go with a quick pass to Devlin. Devlin chips it in down into the Greyhound zone where the Eagles look to apply pressure. Giesbrecht fighting in there. Also, Rose fighting in there and creates a turnover. In the far circle, fighting for it, back to the point. Fakes the shot, looks back down to Devlin. It's taken away, but then still fought for and kept in nicely by Rose. Rose on the far side, looking for a shot, sent it toward the net, struggling with it, but held on is Carissa Mudrack. And with 16:37 remaining in the first period, the Eagles get their first shot on goal.
Yeah, these are those simple plays that we're talking about, Jeff, right? Face-off win, move the puck, don't try to overcomplicate it. Let's get some pucks to the net here and begin to create some momentum.
Face-off won by the Greyhounds, trying to chip it out, but it deflects off a leg and it's left in a high slot area, but then finally taken out of the zone by Hanrahan. Hanrahan dumps it a little bit too far. This should be an icing and is, as she sent it from the other side of the red line. Coach, how hard is it early in the game being down 2-0 not to push too hard knowing there's still 56 minutes to go in this game?
Right, you have to just take a breath, and I'm sure that'll be the discussion, on the bench. It's probably what's going on right now. Just relax. Reset, refocus, a lot of game left.
Face off to Mudrack's left. Noonan ended up winning it. It went down to the near side corner where Noonan picked it up. Noonan brings it out to the blue line, feeds a nice behind-the-back pass, and a shot taken just wide by Mikaviskas, and then centered it out in front through the goalie. Nobody there to bang it in for the rebound. Vanda Otlar sends it around to the boards to the far side, trying to get it out. It's kept in nicely, though, by Peterson. Peterson gives it to Larson. Larson tried to feed it into the corner, then lost it and sent all the way down. This might be an icing. It was the other side of the red line. It doesn't get to the goal line. And played by Ammons. Ammons. He's a quick chip pass that ends up on the stick of Maddie Noonan. Noonan over the line with a long shot, sticked into the corner where it's played by Peterson. Peterson. 2 Greyhounds on her. Chips it behind the net to Migevskis. And then taken away by Kirkby, who had an assist on the opening goal. Sends it back in, shot from under the blue line off the glove of Saunders behind the net. Played up the wall, kept in. Long shot from the point by Dereda, and sent behind the net to the Eagles' Ammons. Quick pass up here to Curry. Curry gives it up on right wing to Farberman. Farberman over the line, gets around the defense, comes in with a chip shot toward the front of the net just a little bit too far, and then taken down was Grom, and the Eagles will go to the advantage, the man advantage, at 5:09 on a penalty by the Greyhounds, a needless penalty because Grom was behind the play, but the Eagles get a power play and a chance to cut the lead in half, Coach. 5:09 in the period 1.
Yeah, this is a good opportunity here for Post to kind of relax, set things up. But you have to get pucks to the net here. Don't overcomplicate it. Let's try to get some pucks to the net, find a rebound, see if we can't bury it.
Peterson, Noonan, Migevkis, Pitter, and Desai, the Eagle 5, on the man advantage. Peterson won the faceoff to the side to Noonan, who picks it up on the half wall, plays it back to the point, and then back to Noonan. Noonan sees it down into the corner with a centering pass across by McEvkis. That goes to the far side wall and a little bit too far. Then Noonan tries to recenter it in front, but it's slapped all the way down the ice by Cielo. Right on to Mudrak, and the Eagles will regroup. Here's Pitter with a long pass up the center, goes cross ice all the way over to Desai. Desai carries it in, goes around the net, being watched by Cielo. Feeds it back over to the near side corner where it's played by McEvkis. McEvkis back to Noonan. Noonan goes cross point to Desai. Desai sends it to Pitter. Pitter with a long shot blocked off a leg in front and set back to center. Nice block by Cassandra Johnson, the freshman out of Wilton, California, who got her leg in front of it and caused the puck to go all the way back to center, where the Eagles will regroup again with a minute gone on the man advantage. 13:45 to go in period one, 2-0 Assumption. Over the line comes Tristan Curry. Curry sends it down behind the net, fought for by Grom, but taken away and nicely kept in by the legs of Wysocki. Wysocki sends it back down around on the boards, played first by Assumption, up the wall and all the way down the ice, as Vaughn got there first and wiped it down. Tegan Vaughn, freshman out of Royal Oak, Michigan. Eagles will regroup again, but this time with pressure as Gurnell followed Ammons all the way around the net before finally going back to defense, and Ammons sends a long pass across to Wysocki. Wysocki over the line, near side half wall, spins away from the defense, keeps it going with 17 on the man advantage. Feeds it to Curry. Curry had to go off the leg of McEvkis all the way back to center, and the Eagles will regroup one more time on the man advantage with 5 seconds remaining. Pass to Grom. Grom goes back to the defense, and that's the end of the power play. Eagles 0 for 1 on the man advantage. Here's Pitter. Pitter being watched heavily by 15 Hanrahan. Gives a nice pass up to Wysocki. Wysocki, the junior out of Argyle, Texas, sends it down around on the boards behind the net. She wins the race for it and gets there first. Comes out on the Zamboni corner wall. Goes behind the Grom. Grom being fought for. Feeds a nice little pass to Farberman. Farberman back to the point to Van de Otlar, who sends it down around on the boards on the far side. Kept in again by the Eagles, who are pressuring but not getting the shots that they need. Rose looking to center it out in front. 21 on the backhand in front, but stopped by Mudrak. Maybe her toughest save so far. The first one with some real power. Eagles didn't do much on the man advantage other than have some possession time. 7:50 gone in period one, 2-0 Assumption.
Yeah, I think it's a situation where, they got to try to even little things. Build off that last shot on goal. We got to draw in their zone. Let's see what we can do with it.
Giesbrecht on the faceoff as the line's a little bit jumbled for the Eagles after the power play. And Hanrahan gives a long pass into the zone with a shot right on, taken by Argadur. Stopped by Saunders. Near side wall, Greyhounds keep it in, send it around the boards behind the net. Wysocki gets there. That's Brooke Larson who gets there behind that 23, not 27. Played on the far side as the Eagles try to get it out. Fighting for it on the half wall, get it out to center, but right back in, sent in by Valentini. Assumption goes for the line change. Eagles trying to get out of the zone, struggling to. Might be an icing, and it's going to be as the pass is a little bit too far for Jet Devlin. As the Eagle line is a little bit jumbled after the power play. Coach, seems like the Eagles still fighting it a little bit, down 2-0, trying to make up 2 goals with all this time remaining.
Yeah, right now the forecheck of Assumption is really strong. And post, sometimes you don't just move the puck when you're getting that kind of pressure. Sometimes you have to take it along the wall, wait for help, and try to come out together a little bit, not just toss that puck around when you have pressure.
Giesbrecht and McGaffigan, one of the goal scorers on the faceoff, and Giesbrecht won it. And out come the Eagles to Rose. Rose gets to the red line, dumps it down around the boards all the way around, where Devlin stays in for it as the Eagles go off on a line change, and the puck sent back to center. Nice hit there by 27 Wysocki on 57 Johnson. But the Greyhounds able to bring it back into the zone and go after it. Pitter gets there first, tries to wipe it up the near side boards, is into the near side corner. Played into the dot where it's taken dangerously by Gurnell. And now back to the left point. Long shot by the Greyhounds, deflected in front just wide and past Saunders, who was fighting it. Fortunately went wide, and the Eagles come out again with another opportunity. Here's Desai. Desai at the red line, gets to the red line, tries to dump it in, and ends up going off 17 Prive and sent right back out to center. But Wysocki fighting for it, and she'll carry it back in. Nice stiff arm by Wasaki. Continues toward the net. Makes a fancy move. Goes toward the net. Short side. Stopped by Mudrack. As Wysocki did it all on that one. Stiff arm to the defender. Made a fancy move. Got a shot on the near side. But Mudrack held the post. At center. Taken away by Luckman. Luckman carrying it in on left wing. Dumps it down around the boards. The junior out of Woodbury, New York. Gives it away as the Greyhounds try to get it out, but almost kept in by 18, McEvkis. But just offsides. Halfway through period 1, 2-0. Better 2 minutes there by the Eagles, Coach.
Yeah, they're settling in now, and you're starting to see some positive things here, and they just got to keep building on those positive things. There's a long game ahead.
Noonan in the faceoff dot with McGaffigan, and McGaffigan wins the clean into the Greyhound zone, but played to center and stick by Ammons, but taken away nicely by Kirkby. Kirkby brings it into the zone. Kirkby, who has an assist on the opening goal, gets it back to McGaffigan. McGaffigan tried to send it toward the net, but taken away nicely by Peterson, and she'll send a long pass up to Noonan. Noonan gets it into the zone. Peterson keeps it from going out of the zone. Tried to send the puck around the boards, but sticked away by Kirkby. 4 players in the near side corner. Finally, the puck sent around behind the net to Vaughn. Vaughn reverses the flow up back to the near side boards where Peterson's sticking at it. She makes a nice play to keep it in. And it's sent to Noonan. Noonan fighting off 2 Greyhounds in the near side corner, but finally taken away by McGaffigan, and out come the Greyhounds 2-on-2. Over the line is Molly Walsh, who dumps it in towards Saunders, and it was behind the net and played by Ammons. Ammons. D to Webster. Webster, though, lost it on an aggressive check by Terranzano, who opened the scoring, the former post-university player. Terranzano centered it out in front with a shot that just went wide. A beautiful behind-the-back centering pass. And a shot that just went wide by Caroline Lilly. Then a re-center in front again off the back of Saunders, and it goes back to the point for a long shot that's blockered away by Corso. Saunders makes the blocker save, and out the Eagles finally get it out of the zone as Peterson fights for it. Gets it to the blue line, and back come the Greyhounds quickly. Here comes Lilly. Lilly sends a long dump, more like a dump, but it ended up going right on goal, and Saunders makes the save. And after a good 2 minutes by the Eagles, a little more of a domination by the Greyhounds, as Saunders had to make a couple of saves.
Yeah, I think right now, Jeff,
sorry, Coach, do we have a TV timeout at this level now? Did we get a TV timeout here?
We do?
Looks like we got a TV timeout.
Immediate timeout, Jeff.
They want us to talk for an extra minute with nothing. All right, go ahead, Coach. Sorry, we're not used to this at this level.
No, this is great.
Okay.
This is something a little bit different. So right now, I'm sure what they're talking about on the Greyhound bench is their forecheck is doing a really good job of disrupting Post in their defensive zone. So what Post needs to do is hold on to that puck a little bit longer. It's okay to get pressured, try to work it through, wait for help from one of your teammates, but what's not okay is to just move the puck when you feel that pressure, because that's how turnovers are created, and that nothing really good normally comes from that. So just take a breath, weather that storm, and just keep pushing forward.
So 8:31 remaining in period 1, a media timeout, which we'll have to check with the men's team when we're there Saturday to see if they have media timeouts as well. That might be dangerous for us.
I don't think they do. I think that's something unique to this league, but we'll just roll with it.
Works for us, gives us an extra minute and a little bit of a reset. It also gives the Eagles an opportunity to reset a little bit after a sort of a bad 90 seconds and a struggle for the first period. Teams have sort of evened themselves out after the first 2 goals, but the Eagles still trailing by 2. Tristan Curry in the draw with Caroline Lilly, and fought for, won by the Eagles as it sort of died in the circle and taken by the Eagles, but played around the boards and kept in by the Greyhounds. A long shot by Doretta, blocked, and the Eagles will recover and try to get it out of the zone. And some triangular passing trying to get it out. Finally up the wall to Grom. Too far. This should be an icing. As the Eagles struggling to get out of their own zone. Triangle setup, but the pass too far for Grom. And 8:08 to go in period 1. Still 2-0 Greyhounds, and the Greyhounds will make a line change.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Post, when they have time, don't move the puck just for the sake of moving it. When you do have the opportunity to skate with it, take some ice, let some things open up, get your head up, make a meaningful play.
Curry and Champlain on the draw. Champlain wins it clean. Back to her defense of Cielo, who tried to wipe it down around the boards. It got kicked away and then taken out of the zone nicely by 11 Farberman for the Eagles. The Greyhounds send it right back in. It's in the near side corner where 13 Agater goes after it. It's played to the far side, up the wall, chip attempt by Farberman trying to get it out, can't do it. Played by Curry, back to her defense with Pitter. Pitter up the wall, looking for Grom. Couldn't get it out as the Greyhounds keep it in. Larson for Grom, off Grom's stick, kept in again by the Greyhounds. Eagles struggling to get out of their zone again. And then a penalty right in the middle of the slot, a roughing penalty. But I don't know who it's on. Is that going to be on the Greyhounds, Coach? I think it is. Alexa Hanrahan, the freshman out of Maple Grove, Minnesota, looks like she's getting 2 for roughing and a bad penalty in your own zone. In your offensive zone, rather, and the Eagles will go to the man advantage for the second time with their 0 for 1.
Yeah, you don't want to be taking a penalty like that, like you said, in the offensive zone. But good opportunity for Post here. We can win a draw and see what we can create.
Bad timing on that penalty, but Peterson, Noonan, McEvkis, the Eagle power play forward unit, won by Noonan. Noonan goes across to the side. Sends it toward the net and sent back out, looking for a pass more than a shot. But the Eagles will regroup in their own zone, trailing 2-0, 7 minutes to go in period number 1. And Pitter looking for Noonan. It goes past Noonan, but Peterson behind her, able to take it 1-on-3. Peterson gets it into the zone, but good defense there by 11 McGaffigan. That's Ava McGaffigan, excuse me. And plays it into the near side wall. McEvkis gives to Noonan, center to Peterson, who took a chop shot at it. Easy save, though, for Mudrack. Not a lot of force behind it. Then Pitter sends it toward the net. Deflected through some skates and legs, and Mudrack makes that save with 6:33 to go in period 1. 1:12 remaining on the man advantage, but a couple of opportunities toward the net for the Eagles on that one.
Yeah, and there's a reason, too, that Mudrack currently is 4th in the NEWHA with 3.08 goals allowed average. Good goaltender you're facing there, too.
Eagles keep it in on the faceoff. Nice play by Vanda Otlar, who sends it into the corner. Played by Curry, back to Vanda Otlar. Back to Curry on the half wall. Sends it down nicely to Grom. Back to the point to Ammons. Ammons and Vanda Otlar, a one-timer on the setup, but a bad angle shot by Grom. She missed the net, and it's sent all the way down the ice by Gurnell. Eagles working the passing there, Coach, but not able to. The shot was a little bit too tight.
Yeah, they're what Assumption is doing is kind of giving them that perimeter, which is, if you're killing, is the best area for them to shoot from because it's the least opportunity of a possible scoring opportunity.
Wysocki to Ammons behind it. It comes off the wall with a chip shot toward the net. Can't be found, but Mudrack held it and kept it from going behind the net. A fortunate Eagle bounce. Mudrack jumped on it, almost went through her. She couldn't find it, but she did with 18 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Sometimes it's what Assumption did in the first 2 minutes. Simple shots created simple rebounds and led to 2 goals. That time the Eagles took a simple shot looking for a rebound.
No, for sure. And she showed some athleticism, too, staying with that puck. But nice little opportunity there. Nice little look. That's what they got to build off of.
Peterson in the draw. Lost it to Kayla McGaffigan. It goes into the Zamboni corner where the Eagles have a 3-on-2 advantage fighting for the puck, but Greyhounds happy to keep it there with power play time ending. Here's Kayla McGaffigan fighting for it. It ends up on Noonan's stick, who goes back to the point to Pitter. Pitter with the power play expiring takes a shot from the point. Heavy shot stopped right on. That was taken by Desai. And then a hand pass, I believe.
Yeah, and that was actually one of the best scoring opportunities yet of the game, just because how quickly the defender got the puck off.
Heavy shot, too, Coach. That has some pace to it. Eagles win the faceoff. The power play is expired. It's Webster who sends it down around the boards into the Zamboni corner. Peterson overskates it, but McEvkis there fights for it, gets it back to the point to Webster. Over here for Ammons. Ammons takes a shot toward the net, looking for a deflection. It actually hit the stick of Mudrack, kicked it into the corner, and out come the Greyhounds. Here's Terrazano. Terrazano over the line. The captain tries to get around the Eagle defense. She does with a nice little chip play. It goes behind the net, and then she looks to center, being fought off hard for by Ammons. Back to the point it goes, though, to Prive. Prive takes a shot toward the net, deflects out in front. Terrazano looking for it, and Eagles come out with it with 4:40 remaining in period one. Sent back in quickly by Cielo. Back to Ammons, who will regroup. Ammons looking for Webster, a little bit too far for Rose. Still in the Eagle zone, but Rose will recapture and give to Ammons. Ammons looking for Peterson. She gets it out to center, goes off the hand of Cielo into the Greyhound zone and quickly brought back out. Rose fighting for it. She gets taken down, no penalty there, but a nice play by Gurnell. Gurnell one-on-one over the line using the defense as the screen, takes a shot. Stopped by Saunders as Gurnell nicely used the defense as the screen, and Saunders seems to have settled in a little bit after the early struggles on the rebounds.
Yeah, I think right now Assumption is still pushing the pace a little bit harder than Post is, and that's what we're seeing here in regards to scoring opportunities.
Face-off won by the Greyhounds. Shot right on, stopped by Saunders again as the shot from the point came from Kirkby. And we'll go right back to the face-off to Saunders left. Same 10 on the ice. Eagles win the face-off that time. Spins away up the wall. Eagles try to get it out. Peterson pushing for it. Can't get it out. Fought for. Sorry, that was Patfield trying to fight for it. And now over to Rose. Rose tries to get it out to center to Giesbrecht. It goes off her stick and back to the Greyhound defense. Long pass off the stick of Johnson into the Eagle zone again. And a nice reversing the flow play by Rose to get it out with a nice touch pass to Giesbrecht. Giesbrecht brings it in over the line, but she's going to be offsides by 2 strides as Devlin beat her in with 3:35 remaining in period one. Still 2-0. This line of Giesbrecht, Rose, and Devlin struggled a little bit on the defensive end, but you can see the offensive skills they tried to push forward.
Yeah, that rush had a little bit of promise there, too. I like the way they stretched the first player and then went to the underneath for the pass.
Wysocki wins that faceoff clean to Pitter, who gives to Desai, who tries to wipe it up the wall, but being pressured by 2 Greyhounds to try to get it out, and it's brought back in by Chaplain. Chaplain brings it behind the net, lost it to Pitter, sends it up the near side wall, but kept in by the aggressively pinching Corso. Tried to center it out in front. It goes behind the net, played to Dierda. Dierda keeps it in with her glove, fights for it at the line, but finally lost it in a break opportunity with a nice pass ahead. Here's the Eagles on a breakaway with a shot. Looking for the top corner was Luckman, and she just missed. She had a step. Might have been able to get going, but looked for the top corner and just missed it about a foot over the net. On what was really one of the Eagle better opportunities, a break by Luckman and a nice setup pass there by the Eagles.
Yeah, they took advantage of the fact that the offside D didn't center off to the middle.
Desai brings it in. Wysocki chipped it away. Soccer style, tried to keep it in by Cielo. Failed. The Eagles do keep it in. Pass down into the stick that was lost. Wysocki playing with it in the corner. Goes behind her net to Farberman. Farberman gives it to Grom. Grom comes out the Zamboni corner. Goes back to the point to Webster. Webster, wrist shot blockered away nicely by Mudrack, who had a screen in front of Farberman. She makes a blocker save, and the puck comes back out the center. Eagles back-to-back solid opportunities. Almost too many women on the ice there. As a bad change by the Greyhounds, but brought back in by Rago. Rago takes a shot off the pad of Saunders, who kicked it into the far side half wall. There's going to be a penalty on the Eagles, I believe, in the near side corner. That might be Tristan Curry. And it is 2 for cross-checking at 18:08. And the Greyhounds, up 2-0, will go to the man advantage. They are 4 for 41 on the power play this year, 9%. But an opportunity to take a 3-0 lead on the man advantage. A bad penalty to take for the Eagles as they finally got some momentum, breakaway, and then another good opportunity, but then take a penalty. And Assumption to the advantage. Vaughn with a shot way high and wide. A headhunter shot that goes into the half wall, played back to the point to Lexerby. Lexerby sends it toward the net with a shot. Excuse me, that was Terrazano who had the shot on the pass by Lexerby. Bad angle shot again, goes through the crease and wide, comes all the way over here to Vaughn. Vaughn plays it to Chaplain. Excuse me, that was Browning. Browning gives it to Vaughn. Vaughn goes around the net. Other side is Terranzano goes in front with a centering pass as Terranzano tried triangular passing, and it was sent all the way down the ice on a nice play by Devlin. A minute to go in the period, 1:17 to go in the man advantage. Pass too far as they tried to quick out, did the Greyhounds, and Lily will regroup in her own zone. Lily, out of her zone, gets to center, gets to the red line, a long pass right on to Saunders, who will glove that easily and get a whistle. So field position on that one, Coach, and so far, good job by the Eagles on the kill.
Yeah, Post has been doing a good job, again, for the most part, keeping things to that perimeter. That's where, if you're a goaltender, that's where you want to see the shots from, that outside the dots area, least opportunity to get a solid scoring opportunity.
Peterson won the faceoff for the Eagles as they get it out and send it all the way down the ice. Nice job by Peterson to get it out, the freshman out of Brainerd, Minnesota. Mudrack leaves it behind her own net for Cielo. Cielo goes cross ice to Chaplain, who got knocked off the puck. The Eagles behind their own net is Noonan. Maddie Noonan tries to get it up around the wall, and she does out to center with 15 on the period, 24 on the man advantage. Nice pass in to Hanrahan. Hanrahan gets it in over the line, brings it back to Cielo, takes a sort of a chop pass and ends up behind the net. Time running out, 1 second left. Last opportunity, shot toward the net, stopped by Saunders. And then some pushing and shoving in front of the net as the period expired. Desai not happy with what's going on in front. And the Eagles, a bad first 2 minutes, but a solid remaining 18, but they trail 2-0 after one.
Right, and I mean, obviously score-wise, not the period you're looking for Post, but again, we talked earlier about that compete, some resilience. 40 minutes left in the game. You just got to put that one away, kind of treat each period as its own mini game and win the next two games.
Welcome back. First intermission here at the Sports Center of Connecticut. I'm Jeff Nelson, and the score is Assumption 2, Post University, no score. As we do all the time during our hockey games during the first period, we'll go around the Post University sports scene. And obviously the biggest thing going on at Post University, first of all, brought to you by Post University and its online on-campus degree programs. For more information, as Post is personal, go to post.edu. That's post.edu. So I guess the big news, obviously, is the first round of the NCAA men's soccer tournament that's being hosted by the Eagles up on campus in Waterbury. In the 83rd minute, the Eagles and Westchester tied at no score. That's up at Post University at Lamoille Field. Still no score between Westchester and Post, as the Eagles soccer program, the 4 seed, hosting Westchester, the 5 seed. The winner of this game will play Franklin Pierce, the number 1 team in the nation, on Tuesday, I believe, will be the date of that game. But right now, 84th minute, no score, Post University Soccer and Westchester. Some weekly awards for the volleyball team to end the season in the CACC, as across 5 different sports, across several sports, 5 different Eagles would net CACC conference honors. Kaylee Harper, the junior outside hitter for the volleyball team, won Player of the Week. Sophomore Alyssa Groves earning Defensive Player of the Week for the Post University women's volleyball. For men's basketball, it was actually a sweep of the weekly awards, as junior forward Dang Diang won both Player and Defensive Player of the Week, while freshman point guard Taquan Williams was the Rookie of the Week, and junior center Bol Akat was added to the honor roll. For Kaylee Harper on the women's volleyball side, she closed out the 2023 regular season with Post University with 2 of her best performances of the year, totaling 39 kills on 101 attempts with just 9 errors for a .297 hitting percentage. Harper led the team with that mark, as well as helped the Eagles go to a perfect 2-0 against regionally ranked Pace University and a CACC opponent, Georgian Court. For Grove, she made history with the Eagles during her 2-0 week, finishing up the regular season. She notched 22 digs against Pace University. She was only 7 digs away from 1,000 in only her second year as the Eagles, as well as 26 digs away from the single season record set in 2004 by Jen Giarantano. On the basketball side, Dang Diang, the Defensive Player of the Week, he came up clutch for Post in their 2-0 start to St. Rose tip-off up in Albany, putting up 23 points and 13 rebounds. A double-double against the University of New Haven, and then he helped stop a late charge by the College of St. Rose in the 82-78 victory with 14 points and 8 rebounds. For the Rookie of the Week, Taquan Williams. Williams had a solid start to his post-university men's career, shooting an impressive 55% from the floor, along with 62.5% from the three-point line. He was 5 for 8, en route to 29 total points and an average of 14.5 points per game as Eagles went 2-0 against University of New Haven and St. Rose. And then Bol Akat, the honor roll men's basketball player. Akat played all but 10 minutes in the first 2 games of the season. He averaged 21 points and 6 assists per game, shooting 41% from the floor and 73% from the free throw line. The junior had 18 points against the University of New Haven and 24 against St. Rose, hitting clutch free throws in the final 3 seconds to stave off the Golden Knight comeback and give the Eagles an 82-78 win. Again, as mentioned, the men's basketball program 2-0 to start the season. Wins against University of New Haven and the College of St. Rose. Gives the Eagles a 2-0 start, and they've been solid this year. They are playing St. Thomas Aquinas this afternoon. The game's going on right now up in Spark Hill, New York. The Eagles are 0-2 all-time against the Spartans, falling in their last matchup at the Drudner Center, 83-74. 88th minute now up at Lamoille Field. Still no score between the 4th seed Eagles and the 5th seed Westchester Rams. Women's program. Women's coming off a big win against Queens College. They defeated the Fighting Subways 61-55, moving their record to 1-1 on the season and moving Queens College down to 0-3, the Knights of Queens College. Graduate point guard Dee Stevenson would get the Eagles on the scoreboard to start things off for the Eagles, hitting first of 5 threes for the Eagles, who shot 5 for 20 in long range in the first 20 minutes. Leading 8-5, the Eagles then got some points from Jalea Abrams. That would be one of the largest leads of the game. Coming out of halftime, Queens College would tie the game at 31 with some back-to-back baskets, but the Eagles then took over with an 8-0 run, spurred by junior guard Naj White and a 3 from Tajane Simmons. Post took a 4-point lead, but again the undermanned Knights would answer back after trailing, and the game would continue to go back and forth tightly all game. No team with more than an 8-point lead. But the Eagles would hold on for a 61-55 win. In only 19 minutes, Trinity Bravo scored a team-high 12 points on 5 for 8 shooting. Post shot from long range 32 times of their 66 shots, making just 7 for a 21.9% 3-point percentage. The Lady Eagles are at St. Anselm College right now, actually. This will be the first time in program history these two teams face off with each other. Up to date, up at Lemoy Field, 90th minute. Eagles and Rams tied at no score. As it looks like we're going to head up to overtime in the soccer up at Lemoy Field. We'll be back after a 2-minute break with a recap of the first period. You're listening and watching Post University Hockey, women's hockey, on the CACC Network and youtube.com/GoPostEagles. Welcome back. First intermission as we get ready for the start of the second period here in Shelton at the Sports Center of Connecticut. I'm Jeff Nelson, Coach Pete Whitney. First period, 2 quick goals. Goal at 55 seconds by Sheridan Terrazano, the former Post University player and now captain of Assumption. She opened the scoring in 55 seconds from Lexi Kirkby. And then a minute 24 later, Kayla McGaffigan, the freshman out of South Dennis, Massachusetts, scored her second goal of the season from El Arago at 2:19. That gave the Assumption 2-0. But after that, Coach, pretty even, although we'll say Assumption had a little bit more of the play than the Eagles did.
Yeah, again, 2-0 early like that, the game can go sideways pretty quickly. So to Post credit, they kind of reeled it in a bit, had some opportunities, had that nice breakaway, have made some nice plays. Again, I'd just like to see them now continue to settle down, get their heads up, either skate with the puck or make a short pass, just try to get some things created, and just start to get pucks to the net as much as possible. They're playing against a very good goaltender, so the ability to create rebounds, get into those dirty areas, and try to bury some pucks is going to become very important this second period.
Eagles will have to kill off 8 more seconds of Assumption's first power play, as that was taken in the final minute 52 of the first period. But the Eagles have some opportunities here to get back into the game, trailing 2-0. Update on the soccer: they're going to overtime up at Lamoille Field. 4-seed Post tied with Westchester as we go to overtime in soccer. Not sudden death overtime if you happen to be paying attention, but 15 minutes each in NCAA tournament play. So no score heading to overtime up on Lamoille Field in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Teams have taken the ice for the start of the second period. Eagles will be killing 8 more seconds of a man advantage in their home purple and orange, going left to right. Assumption will go right to left in their white uniforms. Coach, what do you say in an intermission when you're playing a tough goaltender like Assumption has, knowing you're trailing 2-0 and have struggled offensively and have to find a way back?
I think you just keep everything positive. Make it really short and sweet. Talk about the importance of getting pucks to the net, driving the net, and creating opportunities in that fashion.
Assumption won the faceoff, cleared it into the Eagle zone, then sent all the way down the ice. No icing. It's waved off for some reason. That was weird. I wasn't sure it was an icing to begin with. Then it got waved off, but now it's in the Greyhound zone and sent back to center to Pitter. Sends it all the way down or run on the boards behind Mudrack. Out come the Greyhounds. Quick chip pass to center, taken nicely by Agater, who feeds it up in and back to Agater. It ends up on her stick and into the Zamboni corner. She goes behind the net to Hanrahan. Hanrahan centered it in front, but deflected before it could get to Saunders. And behind the net, Pitter checked off, sent back out in front. Deflects on goal, and Saunders will cover it up. As we start the second period, just want to again thank everybody for joining us on the CACC network or youtube.com/go Post Eagles, as we're now on 2 different networks to scare everybody.
Well, you get your hands full with the networks, don't you?
Got to remember them all. But every time we do any 10 network, I got to put $1 in the tip jar.
That's right.
For today. Greyhounds win the faceoff again, sent right on, sticked away by the aggressive save of Saunders into the near side corner where the Greyhounds control the puck. Played by Ava McGaffigan around to the far corner, but nobody there but the Eagles' Peterson. Peterson gets it to center, sent right back in, and tried to get it right back out, sort of fanned on it was Vanda Otlar, and now played into the Eagle zone is Noonan. Noonan sends it down around the boards to Peterson, a hand pass, I believe, and that'll go right back out of the Greyhound zone as Noonan hand passed it behind to Peterson. And the Eagles will have a face-off outside the Greyhound zone, a minute 18 in.
Yeah, this is kind of that choppy start you get sometimes, right, to a second or even a third period there. Players got to kind of get their rhythm going back again here.
Intentional hand pass, so it's going to go back all the way into the Eagle zone and to Saunders' right. Noonan in the draw, lost it back to the point of Corso. Corso tried to send it in, a nice backhand chip out the center by McEvkis. Sent right back by the Greyhounds right to their bench as they try to take out their assistant coach and head coach with a shot. Coach, how many times your team tried to shoot the puck down into the zone and shoot it directly at you, whether intentionally or unintentionally?
Yeah, well, we always assume it's unintentional because we want to feel as good as we can about ourselves.
There you go. Won by the Eagles off the face-off at center. Sends it back to Peterson, who tries to chip it into the zone. She did, but taken by the Greyhound defense. Long pass ahead off of Johnson's stick, nicely to Grinnell. Grinnell makes a move toward the net, deflect off to Johnson, and into the netting behind Saunders. Good stop on a dime play by Grinnell with the charging Johnson. She tried to take a quick shot right at the bottom of the face-off circle. Went off of Johnson, who has the weird number of 57. You don't see a lot of 57s at this level.
I don't know.
Maybe a lucky number.
I've long ago given up trying to figure out why the numbers are chosen how they are. I still can't understand why people pick 0 and 00.
Well, if it makes you feel better, Coach, I was always either 11 or 16. So
There you go.
there you go. And here's an 11 now for the Eagles. It's Farberman. Farberman ends up with a D-to-D pass to Webster. Webster tries to get it out, goes back to Ammon. Ammon still trying to get out of her zone. Finally does with a bit of head of steam. She's up at the red line. She's up over the blue. Takes a shot from the face-off circle, deflected off a leg and into the netting behind Greyhound goaltender Mudrack.
11 makes sense for you with Kevin Deneen
That's
being
correct.
your favorite player.
That's correct. Face-off to Mudrack's right. Curry lost the draw to the Greyhound defense, chipped up the wall and all the way back to center where Kirkby tries to play it away and the Eagles get it. It's Tristan Curry. Curry lost it, sent it back down in behind to the Eagles zone where it's played by number 6 for the Greyhounds, Rago. And out comes Webster. Webster, though, stops at the circle, spins back, goes D-to-D to Ammon, who's got some space. Ammon tries to get out of the zone, but good aggressive defense by Kayla McGaffigan. Forces a turnover back to the Greyhound defense, and they'll play it back in their own zone with Molly Walsh. Walsh gives it to Kirkby, who sends it down into the zone. A dump in. Nice dump in chase hockey by the Greyhounds. Sent away by Ammon, who's been on for a long time, and feeds it over to Farberman. Farberman reverses the flow back behind the net. Webster and Ammon have been out there for a long time looking for a line change, and this is the far change here in the second period. But Webster comes away with it in the bouncy Zamboni corner, looking to get it out. She tries to go high with it. Fan got it finally out the center, and Farberman wiped it down around on the boards behind Mudrack, where the Eagles were finally able to get most of the line change off, though Ammon's not able to get off. Pitter makes a nice defensive play on the aggressive Walsh, and back come the Eagles. Over the line they come. Trying to get a shot off was Patfield, one of the first times we said her name tonight. But she plays it into the corner with Wysocki. Pitter kept it in, down around into the near side corner again, but played out by the defense of the Greyhounds and out to center. Pitter fighting hard with Agater. Sends it into the Eagle zone where Desai tried to get it out and just got it over the blue line. 4 in offsides. Eagles still trailing 2-0 with a face-off outside of their own zone. 4:01 gone in period number 2. Wysocki wins the face-off to Pitter. Pitter tries to go forward with it, but the Greyhound defense right there. And Corso tries to send a pass. Nice play at center there by Desai to try to keep it from going in the zone, but then it was sent into the zone eventually anyway, and Pitter had it and lost it. Agater sees it up to the half wall where a shot was taken, easily sticked away by Saunders. Back to the point it goes to Doretta. Doretta, D-to-D shot taken wide by Corso. Fed back to the half wall. Corso pinches in, keeps it in, sends it behind the net to Hanrahan. Hanrahan looking to center it out in front. Now comes out, feeds a backhand chip, couldn't get it to the net. Sent behind the net and played by Wysocki. Wysocki tries to get it out, kept in again. Shot in the slot area. Nice save by Saunders as it was taken by Ava McGaffigan off a deflection from the D into the slot. And McGaffigan had a little more time than I think she noticed. Took a shot from about 30 feet out and stopped by Saunders.
Yeah, that's a play there, too, that where Post is trying to stretch a little bit and get behind the defender, which can be a risky play, and it almost cost him.
Giesbrecht won the faceoff to Vanda Oatlord, but then gave it away in front. A nice play by Saunders to stop that after Ava McGaffigan, who would appear to be the sister of Kayla McGaffigan, both freshmen. Here for the Eagles, play on different lines, and the faceoff to Saunders right. Won cleanly by the Greyhounds. Shot taken from the point by Vaughn. blocked in front and played behind the net to Lily. Lily tried to center it in front herself. She tried to get in the center. Now she tries to go after it. She lost her stick, and it ends up on the stick of Devlin. Devlin, with the head of steam, trying to go 1-on-3, gets taken now easily and taken away by the Greyhounds. Will come back the other way. Here's Terrazzano. Over the line, Terrazzano on left wing. Nice stick check away by the Eagles and played out to center by Giesbrecht. This might get all the way down for icing, and it does. Just over the line for an icing. Coach, we're seeing some of that same thing we saw early in the first period. Eagles struggling to get it out of their own zone, and the pressure being put on by the Greyhounds to keep the puck inside the Eagles' zone.
Yeah, I think if they could come up with a solution here with a little closer support on the breakout, they might help them out a little bit.
Face off to the left of Saunders, who's been good outside of those first 2 minutes, and Giesbrecht won the face-off behind her own net to Van de Otlar, but reversed the flow and taken by Johnson. Johnson lost it off a stick, and there's going to be an Eagle penalty for tripping. I think it's Giesbrecht who's going to get it at 5:39, and the Greyhounds will go back to their second man advantage of the game with their 0 for 1. Needless penalty in the corner, and again, not what you want down 2-0, but the Eagles did a good job killing the first penalty. Maybe that will generate some momentum.
Yeah, you want to kill this off, but we always talk about you try to win battles with your feet, and once you get up behind a player a little bit, that's when that stick tends to come out and you can get caught like that.
Greyhounds win the face-off into the half circle, back to McGaffigan, Ava McGaffigan, and a shot from the point high looking for the top corner. Just missed to get McGaffigan again, recentered it. It goes off the leg of Noonan, back to Chaplin. Chaplin sends a shot toward the net. Rebound in front, one bang, stop right on. Nicely done as Hanrahan was in front. Saunders, 2 saves there. And then a pass looking for the defense of Cielo. Sent by her and all the way back down the ice. Cielo will try again, gives a pass to Hanrahan. Hanrahan with some fancy moves, gets in over the line, feeds a pass down to Agater. Agater back to Hanrahan. Hanrahan behind the net, looks to center in front, goes off the stick of Saunders, feeds to the slot area where Cielo ends up bringing it down around the own net. Cielo to the defenseman, makes a stop fake, tries to slam it in, but Saunders, good job holding the post, and then she was taken down by Pitter. No penalty there, just a face-off to Saunders' right. Good job by Saunders as Cielo faked like she was going around, stopped, came quickly and tried to stuff it in. Good play by Saunders there, Coach.
Yeah, and Assumption did a really good job there with the defender and the forward scissoring, switching each other's positions and allowing kind of a loss of coverage there that let that play happen.
Assumption ends up with the puck. Hanrahan sends it back to the point to Cielo, who's being checked off. Face wash, and then a clothesline and a penalty there, and then a headlock. Cielo, frustrated, being checked cleanly, takes down Mickey Evskis, and that's going to stop the Greyhounds' second power play. Needless penalty, though. Draymond Green would have been impressed with the headlock at 6:51. Let's see if it's just one penalty or two. Originally, it was just a rough, and then sort of a headbutt of the glass. So this might be more than 2.
Yeah, I think they're trying to discuss exactly what's happening. It was a little bit reactionary on the Assumption players' part, where, as you said, you're on the power play. You really gotta keep it together, because at the end of the day, it's about trying to put pucks in the back of the net and worry about settling scores later.
And that all happened right in front of us. Literally 5 feet in front of us. It was a clean check. Cielo got frustrated, took sort of the roughing penalty to begin with, and then grabbed her head and sort of slammed it into the boards. Officials still talking, so originally it was a 2 minutes for roughing, I presume. But the conversation sort of leads to whether there's going to be an extra 2 or even a 5, or maybe a 10-minute misconduct to go with it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they call here, because that obviously that's more than just a rough, but again, it all depends on exactly what they saw, which is why they're talking about it right now.
And really, more than anything else, it was the headlock, sort of like, if you want to compare it to wrestling, like slamming your opponent's head into a turnbuckle. That was the second part of that play. Originally, it was just the rough, and then it was the headlock and everything that kind of went with it. So they're still talking. Let's see what the official call is going to be. It's going to be 4-on-4. Well, it could be 4-on-3, I guess. 4-on-4. Still haven't put it up on the board. 100th minute up at 4, so it's a 4-minute penalty. So shouldn't that make it a 4-on-3, Coach? No, because it's the same player.
Right.
Same player.
I'm just look maybe from my angle here, but I don't see a player in the box.
Right now, penalty on number 16, Jacob Silo. Double minor penalties, 2 minutes for holding, 2 minutes for running. Time for penalty, 6:59.
So no player in the box. It's 4 minutes for roughing to Cielo. It means the Eagles will have a man advantage of 3:11 after this 39 seconds. 4-on-4. As I was saying, 100th minute up at Lamoille Field. Still no score in the soccer game. Eagles keep the puck in to Noonan. Noonan sends it down to Peterson. Peterson in the far corner looks to go behind the net. 4-on-4 for another 29. Back to the point to Amon, who sends it down around, but taken by the Greyhounds. That's Vaughn. Vaughn gets it out the center, and the Greyhounds on the other side of the red line send it in. It's going to be icing with 14 seconds remaining on the 4-on-4, and they have put a player in the box now. One thing at this level, I think you can actually sneak in behind that glass on that side too.
Probably right. You're right. You get a better angle than
Can't
me.
do that upstairs. I think you can do that down here.
I mean, if this plays out like it is, Post will have about a 3-minute power and change power play. So, great opportunity to get right back in this thing.
10 more seconds remaining on the 4-on-4. Assumption has it behind the net. It's played by Corso. Corso just holding and waiting for the time to expire, and then she's probably just going to whip it down the ice. But she gives it to Johnson, and Johnson will whip it down the ice as we're 5-on-4 for the Eagles for the next 3 minutes. It's not a major, it is a minor, so the first 1 minute is the first part of the power penalty. It was a high stick, but taken by the Greyhounds, so high stick wiped off. And played by Farberman. Farberman, though, gives it away, and the Greyhounds send it into the Eagle zone, where the Eagles will regroup. 2:45 to go on the man advantage, 11:55 to go in the second period. 2-0 Greyhounds. Here's Angeline Pitter, the junior out of Calgary. Pass given to Rose. Rose in over the line on right wing, the third Eagle man advantage. Rose stops in the near corner, goes back to the point to Desai. Desai looks towards the net, sends a pass with a tip, nicely done in front. And a nice save by Mudrack. That was one of the better opportunities as Jody Rose got her stick on it on a nice fake shot pass. Looking for the deflection. They got it, but good save by Mudrack.
That was a good play, too. They had the players slashing through to create a little mayhem, get a stick on it. That was a good play.
Wysocki in the draw lost the faceoff, but played back right into the circle. Wysocki fighting for it on the half wall. Eagles trying to come away with it. 1-on-2 on the half wall. It was 3-on-2, but it ends up to Wysocki. Wysocki trades places with Grom. Goes back to the point to Van de Otlar. Back to Grom. Grom goes far to Ammon. Ammon sends it toward it, looking for a deflection just wide. Nicely done again. Van de Otlar sends it down behind the net to Curry. Curry back to Grom. Over here for Ammon. Ammon toward the net again. Deflected in front with a screen. Never got to Mudrack, and kept in the zone by the Eagles again. First power play over, 1:46 to go on the man advantage. Greyhounds try to get it out. They go high in the air, and they do get it out. All the way down into the Eagle zone, played by Ammon. Ammon being checked nicely by Lily. She reverses the flow, and the Eagles will regroup with Van de Otlar. Gives it to Wysocki. Wysocki gets to the red line, chips it up in the air, tries to get it into the zone, but quickly sent right back out. With 1:20 to go on the man advantage. Here's Van de Otlar. Comes from behind her net, gives to Wysocki. Wysocki gets to the red, feeds a cross-ice pass to Ammon, who's over the line. Ammon on left wing, goes over the line, continues trying to go behind her net. Played to the stick of Grom. Grom to Noonan. Back to the point, sends a shot toward the net in front, deflected by Wysocki, and a nice aggressive save by Mudrack. So the Eagles finally getting some shots here.
Yep, starting to move the puck. Jeff starting to get a little traffic in front here. These are the kinds of things, again, we got to just build off of this. There's still half the game left, so well within reach here.
Opening those lanes, finding shots, getting some bodies in front. Wysocki a couple of times on this man advantage. Peterson wins the puck back, and there's going to be an Eagle penalty. for interference. It is interference on Peterson. Sorry, on Mikakevich. And that'll end the Eagle man advantage. 0 for 4 now. We'll go 4 on 4 for 51 seconds. They put the penalty up on the wrong side, but we're halfway even through the game as this penalty will take place at the 10-minute mark. And 4 on 4 the Eagles will be, and then the Greyhounds will have a 109 man advantage. Face off to Saunders left.
Yeah, that's the kind of play that it doesn't really help your cause. Post plays much better when they're skating and moving. So the disrupting doesn't really, of the play, the momentum, the choppiness doesn't really help their game.
Still waiting for the official score to get it right on the scoreboard. They have the penalty on the wrong side, and I think they're going to take the TV timeout too.
Oh, we know what that's all about. It's not our first media timeout.
Well, I'll use part of the media timeout to let everybody know we're in the second overtime up at Lemoy Field. Still no score between Post and Westchester University. No score, double overtime, 104th minute up at Lemoy Field. There we go. Got the penalty situation sorted out on the board. So 51-second 4 on 4, and the Greyhounds will go to their third man advantage. Eagles again had some momentum and had some shots, then take the bad interference penalty. Sold a little bit by the Greyhound forward, but got the call anyway. I think they were looking for something. And sometimes that happens. So the Eagles, who've done well on the PK, need to play well 4 on 4 here and then kill the penalty off and then try to regain some of that momentum.
Right. I mean, when you're 4 on 4, there's a lot of open ice. So that can favor the team that can skate with the puck and use their skill.
The Eagles have one too few players out there. No, they do, sorry. Couldn't see the fourth player. She sort of snuck in there as the faceoff is to the left of Saunders, won by the Eagles. And Desai ends up getting it out to center with a nice pass to Noonan. Noonan, 2 on 2 over the line. Takes a little chip shot that was deflected by Kirkby behind the net, but the Eagles come away with it. Peterson out the other side, makes an aggressive move toward the net with a forehand shot. Sort of rolled on her as she tried to get it to the net. And the Eagles playing well on the 4 on 4. 25 seconds to go. They keep it in. Peterson fights on the half wall. Tries to keep it in. The Eagles do keep it in, but now it's a 2 on 1 for the Greyhounds. Over the line come the Greyhounds, 2 on 1. Takes a shot, nicely blocked by Pitter as Gurnell came in 2 on 1 with Kayla McGaffigan. With 12 seconds remaining on the 4 on 4, but the Eagles did a good job prior to that of keeping the puck in the zone and taking a couple opportunities.
Yeah, they did. It was a nice little deception. Instead of moving it to the point, kind of giving that point a look and then trying to skate the dot and put it to the net. I like that. That was a little bit of a deception, good opportunity.
Face off to Saunders right. One shot, glove. Couldn't keep it in her glove as the shot was taken by Prive. And now Ammon behind her own net. First penalty is over. We're now a power play for the Greyhounds, but the Eagles have a 2 on 1. Nice pass to Wysocki. She's in, and a great stop by Mudrack. Oh, a nice play there, shorthanded. Kind of an alley-oop, and Luckman made a beautiful pass to Wysocki, who took a shot from 20 feet out, but Mudrack came out with a beautiful save to make with 8:59 to go in the second period, and the Eagles shorthanded.
Yeah, that was just a nice setup there. Just unfortunate we weren't able to elevate that puck into that open corner, but that's the kind of thing we'll just keep working at.
Wysocki might have thought to fake the shot and try to go around because Mudrack was coming out. But either way, here come the Greyhounds back in 2 on 1. Over the line, shot nicely defended by Saunders. As the Greyhounds came in 2 on 1, that was Hanrahan, who's got the puck now. Hanrahan, near side circle, goes to the slot, goes across the ice to McGaffigan. That's Ava McGaffigan. Back to the point to Valentini. Down into the corner to Hanrahan. 30 seconds on the man. In front, nice play. Backhand shot stopped by Saunders, who left the post. I didn't think it was going to Chaplin, but Chaplin took a shot on a backhand. Saunders got to the post, and she made a nice save with 30 seconds remaining on the man advantage for the Greyhounds, their third.
Yep, she was all over that one. Great job hugging the post there, not allowing that puck to get through.
Chaplin in the faceoff dot with Noonan, won by Noonan, but ended up being played by the Greyhounds. Excuse me, that was Giesbrecht, actually. And now here's Hanrahan. Hanrahan sends to the circle, turns with a shot, stopped by Saunders off the blocker. Back to the point it goes to Valentini. Chaplin gives to Hanrahan. Hanrahan on the wall, sends it toward the net, deflected through the crease area into the far corner with 8 on the power play. Kept in the zone by Valentini. Justina Valentini gives to McGaffigan. Back to Valentini, sends a shot toward the net. It goes wide. Power plays over. The Eagles have killed it off. Greyhounds 0 for 3. Long shot from the point, deflected in front by Agater. And wide. Stick goes flying. It's Pitter stick, and out come the Eagles with a 2-on-2 opportunity. Here comes McEvis over the line. McEvis with a shot toward the net. Saved away. Devlin just missed. Rebound shot taken toward the net. Nicely defended. Kept in the zone. It wasn't. It's finally out of the zone. Then a heavy hit right at the blue line. Over the line comes Valentini. Valentini tried to center it in front. It's off the stick of Champlain. Back to Valentini. Valentini in the far side corner. Noonan falls down. Sends it back to the point. Kept in the zone by Jenna Champlain. And then taken away nicely and sent all the way down the ice by Devlin. I don't think this will get to an icing. And it won't. It'll give Devlin the time to go off on a line change. Noonan in there pushing the Greyhound defense to try to get it out. And the Eagles do a good job to stop it at the blue line. But then finally chipped out and back to center. And out comes McGaffigan. That's Ava McGaffigan sending it down around the boards behind the net. Gives back to McGaffigan on the near side. Reversing the flow behind the net nicely. Then a backhand shot taken in front by Lilly, and it goes wide. Lilly in the far side Zamboni corner, trying to chip it around the defense of Vanda Otlar. Taken by the Eagles' Noonan behind the net with some time and some space. Noonan feeds it up the wall, goes past her original choice and up the wall and finally out to Peterson. Peterson gets the red line, spins, tries to go around the defense, gets the puck to go around the defense, but she lost it as it's played by Kirkby. Kirkby gives to Vaughn, who goes behind her own net and comes out the other side with a pass to Terranzano, and then a long pass up to McGaffigan, who's been on the ice for a long time. Ava McGaffigan in the near side corner, leaves it nicely for Terranzano. Terranzano with a nice spin toward the net, comes out with it in front, stopped by Saunders. As she took a shot from about 10 feet out, Saunders was ready for it. Eagles, Curry trying to get it out, can't do it. Ammons behind the net. Backhand chip up the wall, nice pass to Farberman. Farberman gets around the first checking defense, and she's taken down. No penalty there. Should have been a trip on the Greyhound defender. I think that was Corso, who took down Farberman. But Ammons behind her own net, being watched by Johnson. Gives it back to Farberman. And back to the point with a shot toward the net. They score! Gurnell took the shot. I think it deflected in front off of Johnson. A seemingly innocent play. The goalie-player collision of Johnson took place outside the crease. And it's 3-0 Greyhounds.
Yeah, you could kind of see that coming with the rotation of the play and players just kind of following the play instead of actually picking people up. They did a great job of setting somebody up with that timing right in front of Saunders, and just unfortunate for the Eagles, but nice play by the Greyhounds.
14:31 the time. That's Cassandra Johnson's first college goal. The freshman out of Wilton, California, scores her first NCAA goal, assisted by Emma Gurnell. That goal is at 14:31, and the Eagles trail 3-0. Face off at center after the offsides. And Eagles have done a lot of things right, but that was a simple shot stopped and deflected by Johnson behind Saunders, and it's 3-0 Greyhounds. Eagles try to come out of their own zone with it. It's Desai. Desai lost the puck at center, and it comes back into the Eagle zone with 4:52 remaining in the second period. Don't forget to stay with us in the second intermission. We'll go around the NEWHA, give an update on the players of the week. We'll update you on the soccer up at Lemoy Field as well, and recap the second period. That's in the second intermission here in Shelton. The shot from about 20 feet out by Molly Walsh, stopped by Saunders, and a face-off will be to her left with 4:36 remaining in period number 2. Hill a little more to climb than I think the Eagles had hoped for, as Giesbrecht in the face-off dot lost it. Back to the point, shot deflected, never got there, but played by Rago. Rago Back to the point, sends it over here for Prive. Prive down low for Walsh. Walsh tried to get it back to Prive, and a racing Rose tries to get to it before the defense of the Greyhounds do, but the Greyhounds make a nice play as Valentini sends it up the wall, and there's going to be a penalty on the Greyhounds for interference. No, it's actually going to be on the Eagles. Didn't the Greyhounds have the puck, though?
It's interesting with officials sometimes, right, saying the things that they like to hone in on, things that they will call, things that they'll kind of let go a little bit. But I mean, that interference was pretty clear.
Larson 2 for interference, coach, at 15:49. Let's talk about that point in a minute after we get through this power play. Kept in by the Greyhounds, walking toward the net, fakes a shot, holds, keeps, spins with it, still has it, is Ava McGaffigan. McGaffigan now in the slot toward the net, looking for a deflection, stopped by Saunders. Hanrahan back to Champlain. Sends it towards the net again with a shot wide was Valentini. Now behind the net, 2-on-1 are the Greyhounds fighting for the puck. Good job by Ammons, but finally lost it to Hanrahan and goes to Champlain. Back to Valentini. Valentini keeps it in at the blue line. Feeds it back to McGaffigan, who goes back to Valentini, who goes back to Gaffigan. Behind the net, it goes to Hanrahan as the puck comes all the way now over here. Back to Champlain, back to the point to Valentini, back to Champlain. Bad pass finally taken. Here come the Eagles on a breakaway from the red line, and it's Devlin. Devlin, breakaway in. Comes a nice stick check from behind. Beautiful stick check from behind by Chaplin, who came back to make the play on the breakaway by Devlin. Now a shot by Chaplin toward the net in front. Block taken away. Eagles try to get it out with 35, and so a nice defensive play on the breakaway there, Coach, to prevent an Eagle opportunity.
Yeah, that's when you talk about back checking, that's how you draw it up.
Greyhounds try to get it out of their zone with 20 on the man advantage, sent down behind the net where Kirsten Browning goes in after it. Browning fights off Pitter. Tried to center it in front. It ends up to the stick of Lilly. Lilly back to the point to Vaughn, back to Lilly. Lilly closes in, shot stopped by Saunders, who had a clear view at the bottom of the circle, and with 5 seconds remaining on the man advantage and 17:44 gone in period number 2, it's 3-0 Assumption. But, Coach, just to go back to something you said a moment ago, what is it with referees at this level where it seems like the first period there's very few penalties, and it seems like they need to make up for it in the second? Centered in front, shot right on. We'll get back to that 1 second, Coach, as the Greyhounds had an opportunity. It goes behind that. Eagles looking to clear power play over. Re-centered out in front, and Peterson has it. Peterson has a stick check, though. McEvkis tries to get it out. She does. Back to the Greyhound defense. Greyhounds go D to D, where Vaughn and Kirkby play catch. Here's Vaughn. Sends it up the wall. Nice stick check there by Pitter. But back to the defense. So, Coach, touching back on it, why does it seem like in the first period, not a lot of penalties, but then midway through the game, we have a penalty fest? Sometimes they're legitimate, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it seems like they're looking for penalties in the second period.
Yeah, I think there's both sides of that because, of course, after that first period, the second period, you're a little bit more fatigued. Your legs aren't exactly how they were in that first period. So oftentimes players can change the tone of the game, too, just by what they're actually doing. Those little, maybe when you get a little tired, a little fatigued, little cheats that you might try to do.
2-on-1 over the line. Blocker saved by Saunders and almost put in by Gurnell. As Walsh and Gurnell came in 2-on-1. Nice stop by Saunders. The rebound was left dangerously, but played away. Here's McEvkis to Ammons, who looks for Peterson. That's not going to get to the goal line. They wave off the icing as Peterson was on the fence. 3-0 Assumption, 1 minute remaining in the second period. Puck sent behind the net to Cielo. Cielo tries to play it off the wall, but nicely done by Webster to keep it in. Down goes Farberman. And the puck played to center. back behind the net. Mudrack leaves it for her defense. Under a minute to go in the second period with a nice long pass up the wall. Over the line they come. Nice little move there by Molly Walsh, who was taken down after making a move 1-on-2, and the Eagles come back out with 18. Over the line comes Farberman. Farberman had a roll off her stick to the half wall, kept in by the Eagles, with Peterson chasing with 10. Peterson, the only one down there, centered it in front, couldn't get it there. That should end period number 2 as the puck sent all the way down the ice. It is no icing, period over. Eagles played a better period, but the lone goal is Assumption's, and after 2, it's 3-0 Assumption. And Coach, what do you say in the locker room now? You played a better period, but you're trailing 3-0, and you need to find a way to get some offense.
What you,
Second intermission. Sorry for the technical difficulties that we are having, but we're back in the second intermission. 3-0 Assumption. I'm Jeff Nelson. Coach Pete Whitney here with me as well. Update we will give you is up at Lemoyne Field. The men's soccer team defeats, and just barely, Westchester University 2-1 in penalty kicks, so 0-0, 2-1 in PKs. And we'll move on into the second round of the NCAA tournament, where they will play the winner of Franklin Pierce and Bloomsburg College. That game doesn't start till 4 o'clock. Franklin Pierce is number 1 in the nation and undefeated. So Eagles looking for a rematch. That's their only loss of the season. They're 11-1-5. That one is Franklin Pierce. But Franklin Pierce does have to get through Bloomsburg first before they'll set that match. There is not a date or time scheduled, primarily because if Bloomsburg wins, the game will be here. If Franklin Pierce wins, Post is traveling to Franklin Pierce. But that's the soccer side. Let's get back to the women's hockey side, where the Eagles trail 3-0 and about ready to take the ice. And, Coach, long intermission. You felt like you played better. You're setting up for future things, but you got 20 minutes to go. You can get 3 goals. You can get back into this game. What do the Eagles have to do?
Yeah, I mean, first things first, your mind has to be clear. Your mind has to be set on a task at hand. As a player, you can't be worried about the score. You have to just try to get 1 goal at a time. Find the things that have made you successful in the past. Hard to do, right? Being human, you tend to look at we're down 3-0, but that's part of the beauty of being an athlete, is you do have the opportunity to have that mental toughness and to push through in these kinds of situations. So 1 goal at a time, 1 shift at a time, be positive, and again, you're building towards something moving forward for your next game and really for the season, because when you have adversity, it's how you deal with it. So that in and of itself, regardless of the end result of the game, that's going to be the positive that can come out of this. And again, you can score a goal, so maybe get us to another overtime and see where she goes.
Only goal of the second period, Cassandra Johnson, her first collegiate goal, the freshman out of Wilton, California. Her first from Emma Gurnell at 14:31. Again, outside of a couple plays, and again, this is what hockey is, the Eagles and Greyhounds have played a fairly even contest, but 3-0 Greyhounds if they've gotten the puck to go into the net. Start of the third period, Eagles will go right to left as you look at your screen. The Greyhounds will go left to right, 5-on-5 to start the period. Face-off dot is Giesbrecht and Chaplin. And the face-off won by Chaplin. They're offsides. They tag up, get back in, and Chaplin has it on the right wing. Chaplin in over the line with a shot, looking for the far post. Missed it. Sent back to the defense, where it's wrapped down around the boards by Vaughn. Vaughn comes all the way over here to Kirkby. Kirkby behind that, looking for Champlain. Sets it out in front. Chaplin gets it out in front. I don't know why I'm butchering that name. I apologize to the family. I've called her about 19 different things. It's Chaplin. And back to Hanrahan. Hanrahan sends it into the slot. Back to Kirksby. Sends it over for Chaplin. Chaplin at the left point, fakes the shot, gives back to Hanrahan. Hanrahan closes into the slot with a shot that's blocked by the legs in front of Jody Rose and sent all the way to the near side corner. All 50 seconds of this period have been in the Eagle zone. Puck sent in front and finally squirts past the defense of Vaughn and out to center. Eagles get a line change, much needed line changes. The Greyhounds dominated the start of the third period, not what the Eagles are looking for. Hanrahan backhands it into the zone. She goes off on a line change herself, but 2 of her forwards have already changed ahead of her. And out to Noonan it comes. Noonan feeds a dangerous pass in the middle, taken away as Terrazano was coming in, but had it roll off her stick. And back to the Eagle defense, where they will start again. It's Larson and Vanda Otlar sending it in, no icing as it was deflected. Played up the wall to McGaffigan. And out to center. Rimmed by Vanda Otlar, back toward the Greyhound zone. Is played by Peterson. Peterson with some time and space finds thought it went off the back of Mudrack. It just went off the side of the net. Fooled me. As she had a lot of space as Mudrack left the post, leaving a lot of space, but could not put it behind her, and the Eagles will try again. Dumping it back into the zone. First one there is Cielo, who comes out the far side, shoots it up the wall and all the way down. This should be an icing. though Ammons has to get there, and she does.
Yeah, that was a clever play. She sort of sold the pass, caught the goaltender leading a bit, and just couldn't quite get it in that seam.
Good play, good attempt, just couldn't get it in. That's kind of been the difference, is the capitalization of opportunities. And Curry will be in the dot to Mudrack's left. Quick draw, didn't even let Curry get into this spot, but back to the point to Ammons. Ammons sends it off a body. It ends up on the stick of Farberman. Farberman reversing the flow behind the net, looking for Grom. It goes to the far side half wall where the Greyhounds pushing to get it out of the zone. It gets to the blue line and finally back to center. Curry to Ammons. Gets to the red line, dumps it in off the stick of Grom. Behind the net, Grom goes in after it, looking for the sort of a hit, but doesn't take it. Goes behind the net again to Farberman. Farberman fighting for it. Farberman tries to chip it in front. Had it taken away by Gurnell, who has an assist on the most recent goal, scored by Johnson. Team's playing a bit of catch with it as Curry finally winds up with it at her own blue line, and he gets to the red line and tries to keep going with it. It goes off the body of Gurnell. Back to the Eagle defense of Pitter. Pitter gets to the red line, dumps it in behind Mudrack as the Greyhound defense comes back for it. And that's a little bit of the difference between women's hockey and men's hockey right there. That defensive player would have gotten creamed by the incoming forward, whereas this level they don't do that. Centered it in front. Tipped away, shot toward the net, stopped by Mudrack. You can play with your head a little bit less on a swivel than you can in men's hockey, because in men's hockey that defenseman would have gotten.
Yeah, that would not have gone well. That's one of the things that's kind of nice about the women's game is there's more skill involved and there's more puck movement and there's still plenty of contact, but not that kind of, at times, headhunting kind of thing you'll see at the men's level.
I was getting ready for the big hit and then realized that we don't do that. Puck plays the center, waiting for the offside clear by Wysocki, who's probably been the best Eagle outside of Saunders, at least on the offensive side. And the puck sent all the way down. Ammons chasing after it. Ammons lost the race. Shot wide and high all the way down around the boards. Played by Kayla McGaffigan, who has one of the goals in this game. Reversing the flow is Rago behind the net. Kayla McGaffigan comes over the center to Rago in front. Rebound to the other side, and a stop by Saunders. Somehow got her leg on it, and I got to tell you, I'm in pain with that stretch. What a stop by Saunders as the puck floated all the way to the near side of the net, and wide open was Molly Walsh, and Saunders with a fabulous save with 15:46 to go in the third period.
Yeah, if that's me, I go right on IR after that.
Ooh. Woo. And 2 penalties on top of it. I think a couple of roughing penalties at 4:14, one to each team.
Yeah, both teams getting a little intense here in those situations, which you like to see on both sides. There's no give. But now we got that 4-on-4. So again, the team that can skate, move the puck, it favors them.
Patfield and Rago, the two who go for roughing. And no icing as the puck got sent all the way down the ice. I think it's because the Greyhounds didn't choose to go get it. But 4-on-4 for 1:40. Out come the Greyhounds. They get the center. They're in over the line is Vaughn. Vaughn makes a left-hand veer, goes back to the point. Cruising down center with a backhand shot gloved by Saunders. 4:14 the time of the penalties to Rago and Patfield. 1:28 to go on the 4-on-4. Face off to the left. Peterson lost the face-off. Shot taken by Cielo, deflected high into the netting behind the goal. Face-off again to Saunders left. Same 2 individuals, Chaplin and Peterson. Won by Chaplin again off to the half wall. Chaplin has the puck, fakes the shot, sends it down around the boards, but instead it goes off a leg and kicks all the way back to center where Cielo has to play it. Cielo, though, dangerously shoots it off a Peterson stick right on goal. Mudrack, and she's the only one forechecking. A player blows a tire. Shot by Peterson, but deflected. As Ammons took the shot, and Peterson deflected it off of Mudrack. Peterson cruising toward the slot, still has it. Wait, shoots right on, stopped by Mudrack again. As Peterson, a strong shift there, 4-on-4. And some of the Eagles' best play today have been with 4 players on the ice, shorthanded and 4-on-4.
Yeah, they do. I think for the most part, although they haven't really get anything from it, has favored post.
Noonan and Lilly in the draw. One by Noonan, shot toward the net, gloved by Mudrack again. Whatever it is, it seems to be working for the Eagles with 4 players on the ice. As some of their best opportunities have come here. You get the feeling if the Eagles can somehow get a goal that the floodgates might open a bit. Noonan fighting for it on the half wall against 2 Greyhounds. Now in to help with the puck is Mika Evkis, but it comes free anyway to the Greyhounds and out to center, and over the line goes Lilly, who dumps it down around the boards behind the net. Played heavy off the wall by Desai and out to center. Noonan dumps it in 1-on-3. She goes after it. A player goes flying. There's a tripping penalty. Oh boy. I'm confused how there could be a tripping penalty when the offensive player was ahead of the defender who fell down. I'm lost for words on that one, Coach.
Yeah, that's.
Yes, the player fell down.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one as far as doesn't really result in a scoring opportunity.
It looked a lot more like she stepped on the stick and fell down than there was a trip. When she was ahead of her and she was the player behind going into the wall, the only way you could trip is if you stepped on the stick.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
That's almost like an official looking for a call versus making the call that's there. So we're now 5-on-4 as the Quincy Miners have ended. But the Greyhounds on the man advantage, their 5th of the game. Here's Hanrahan behind the net, plays it up back to the point to Lilly. Lilly goes across the ice to Kirkby. Kirkby back to Vaughn. Excuse me, that was 8, not 9. Vaughn looking for it, fakes the one-timer, goes through her stick and all the way back to center as pass a little bit too into the body from Chaplin, who in my head I think I finally got her name correct. Kirkby gets to center. She's over the line. Kirkby cruises and gives the puck to Agater. Had it roll off a stick. The Eagles send it up the wall, out, and all the way down the ice. Good job by the Eagles on the penalty kill. Again, their best play has been with 4 players, both shorthanded and 4-on-4. Here's Cielo. Cielo gets to the red line, tries to dump it in, lost it to the Eagles, and try to bring it back the other way. Here's Luckman. Luckman, who had a beautiful pass earlier in the game to Wysocki, loses it to Hanrahan. Hanrahan, 3-on-2, over the line, gets to the dot, centered it in front, behind Chaplin, though, and back to the point to Cielo. Cielo pinches in, far side wall, now goes behind the net, looking to center it in front, but goes all the way around for a skate. He comes back to the point to Valentini. Valentini plays catch. Far side now, blocked in front on the one-timer taken by Cielo. And sent all the way back to Valentini with 15 on the man advantage. Valentini plays catch. Valentini gets it at the dot. Now she goes behind the net. Valentini looking to center, being chased by Pitter. Valentini has it. 5 seconds remain on the man advantage. Long shot from the point, deflected in front, stopped by Saunders. Power play over. Greyhounds 0 for 5 with 8:01 gone in period 3. Eagles did a good job in that penalty kill, Coach.
They did. So again, that you look to try to build off of things, build off of a shift, an incident in the game. That's something we can hopefully build off of now moving forward.
Giesbrecht in the face-off dot. Won it behind her net. Gives it to Larson, who tries to get it out of the zone. A car crash scene in the middle of the ice as players go flying. And then Corso dumps it back into the Eagle zone, where the Eagles will regroup again and try to get it out of the zone. Kept in by the Greyhounds, who moved toward the net, centered it in front, deflection, stopped by Saunders on a nice setup pass there by Grinnell. Johnson in the corner has to go by her stick, played to Browning. Browning sends it back up the wall to Gurnell. Gurnell has it, closing, waiting, shooting toward the net, gloved by Saunders, who gets the whistle with 8:46 gone in period 3. Face off to Saunders left. And Saunders has played well, Coach. Not much she could do on the goal. Only the first one, really, where she kind of left the rebound. But otherwise, she's played well.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure.
Curry in the draw with Lily, won by Curry, but played back to Lily. And now Lily goes behind her net, plays to Ammon. Ammon trying to get it out for the Eagles, being watched heavily, though. Sends it up the wall to Grom. Grom tried to chip it into the middle of the ice, and Ammons finally gets it down the ice. Into the Eagle zone, but played by Vaughn. Vaughn then blows a tire, uses a hand pass in her own zone, which is, I gather, not legal. No hand passing in the zone at this level?
No
Okay.
hand pass in your D zone.
Okay. Curry in the draw again. Curry wins that one clean, though. Back to the point to Webster. Webster tries to chip it off the wall down low to Grom, but ends up losing it out to center with a nice play by Ammons, who makes a spin move, and up the center she comes. She's in over the line, being checked heavily, slashed at, mind you, by Lily, and gets the puck away to Terrazano. Terrazano with a nice pass. Nice move up the middle. Cruising in, backhand stopped right on by Saunders, as Ava McGaffigan took a beautiful pass by Terrazano, and she broke through the middle of the D. Came in, but had to roll off her stick, and Saunders made the push away into the corner. Didn't really get a shot off, more of a roll off her stick. And now the puck behind the net where McGaffigan's fighting for it with Terenzano. Terenzano and McGaffigan have it pinched up on the wall, 2-on-2, 2 Eagles, 2 Greyhounds, with 10 minutes even to go in the third, 3-0 Assumption, who we're going to see a lot of, as the men Assumption are playing. The men are playing Assumption today as well, and next Saturday, which will be our next broadcast. Kipped up the middle to Grom. Grom lost it right back to Terrazano, who's in over the line. Terrazano, a behind-the-back pass, but taken away as Kayla McGaffigan couldn't keep her stick on it. Here comes Grom again, trying to get the center, but heavily stick-checked. And back come the Greyhounds again. They're in over the line with Rago. Rago takes a shot right on, stopped by Saunders. With 9:25 to go in the third period and a media timeout.
Third time's a charm.
Third time's a charm. We've got to get this at the NE10 level, too. Got to give us a lot of time to pontificate on this. But 3-0 Greyhounds, as they have, for the most part, outplayed the Eagles. Eagles have had their opportunities, but the Mudrack has made the saves she's needed to make. 3.08 goals against coming in, 9-10 save percentage, both of those going upward.
Yeah, in terms of generating those grade A opportunities, the Greyhounds have done a very good job at that for sure.
As we mentioned, don't forget to join us. Coach and I will be back with you for the men's broadcast. That's a week from today. 1 o'clock downstairs here at the Sports Center of Connecticut, where they'll play Assumption University, the men's team, for the third time in a row, no less. Not going to be any bitterness there, playing 3 straight games.
No,
after
not
the
at
Thanksgiving
all.
break.
Not at all.
So
One would not assume as such.
no, but maybe the turkey and the tryptophan will calm them down.
That might be. Yeah,
game.
a little tryptophan
But
there.
3 games in a row for those 2 teams. That game will be on the NE10 network, the NE10 Now network, and youtube.com/GoPostEagles. So we're wrecking 2 networks there, too. As we'll be back for the home opener a week from today for the men's team here at the Sports Center of Connecticut. Hoping the Eagles can get a win up at Assumption today to come home with a win. Puck behind the net being fought for, and then finally came out of the zone with it was Desai. Desai feeds a long pass to Peterson, who's onside. Peterson waits, tried to do a spin around pass. Might have been better to hold it and try to force feed something, but didn't instead. And McGaffigan got rubbed out on the wall, and that's a penalty by Desai, who decided she wanted to do a body check and flung McGaffigan into the wall. Officially, they'll call it roughing at 11:07. And the Greyhounds will go to their 6-man advantage. with the face-off to Saunders left. 11:07, 2 minutes for roughing to Sajay Desai, a junior out of Gardner, Massachusetts. Played in the zone is Ava McGaffigan. She spins away with it, does a little dance, looks for Agater. Agater back to the point to Cielo. Cielo center point. Back on the half wall to Agater. Behind the net to Ava McGaffigan. Near side wall, now near side circle, sends it across the slot. Looking for Hanrahan, and the Eagles with an opportunity to break, but they didn't get out of the zone. Now it's a 3-on-1 down low. Here's Chaplin, down low, shot just wide, as they had a 3-on-1 as the Eagles tried to break the zone, creating an offensive opportunity. Here's a shot by McGaffigan, right on. Rebound shot blocked in front as Agater had a wide open net, but the Eagle defense closed down with 8:07 to go in the third and 1:10 on the man advantage. Shot, McGaffigan, right on, stops Saunders. Again, the Eagles' best player with a nice save there. 8:01 to go in the third, 1:08 on the man advantage. And the Eagles scrambling a bit. They tried to break the zone, couldn't get out of the zone. That left a 3-on-1 down low for the Greyhounds, but Saunders the best player again.
Yeah. I mean, your goaltender, you want them to be the best player on your penalty kill.
Won by the Eagles on the faceoff to Saunders left, chipped it up the wall but didn't get it out. Kept in the zone though, as Devlin couldn't get it out and sent off to the near side. Near side wall is Terranzano, spins it back down into the corner. Nice little give and go, Terranzano in front, nice stop by Saunders. Oh, beautiful give and go there between Lilly and Terranzano had the shot and Saunders made the save, and then off the net behind the net. And out of play with 43 seconds to go, but Lilly and Terranzano, nice give and go there.
Yeah, there's some good. There's it's just as a overall looking at a game, it's really there've been some really good hockey plays, actually by both teams in this game.
Terranzano back to the point to Valentini. Valentini center point gives to Terranzano. Back to Valentini center point with 30 on the man advantage. Down to the right side with a shot taken right on and wide by Derrida. Right on as in off the shoulder and then wide off the shoulder. Now the puck on the far side, Terranzano plays the bumper spot, goes behind her net to Lilly. Lilly comes out the other side, tried to center it through the crease. She did, but nobody there but Eagles, and they take it and dump it all the way down the ice. It was Peterson who did so with 10 on the man advantage. Peterson picks up in the near corner on a nice play by Noonan. She centered it in front to Noonan, but back came Browning, and the power play will expire. The Eagles have killed off 6 Greyhound power plays. The Greyhounds 0 for 6. Again, Eagles have played their best when they only had 4 people on the ice, both shorthanded and 4-on-4. Puck sent back into the Eagle zone with 6:40 remaining, 3-0 Assumption. Puck sent around to Browning, who gets it out back to center to Ammon. Ammon comes all the way over here to Van de Otlar, looking for Ammon, but too far in, and the puck sent back. Sorry, looking for Wysocki, and the puck sent back to the other side. Coming down on right wing with a shot, swallowed whole, rebound, puck laid there, and then a whistle as the net goes flying off its moorings as Grinnell came in on a 2-on-2, almost a 2-on-3, took a dangerous shot. Stopped, I thought swallowed whole by Saunders, but she left the rebound, and the Greyhound player went flying into the net and took it off its moorings with 6:18 to go in the third.
Yeah, and I think you'll start to see this with post pressing a little bit. You'll start to see a little bit more wide open hockey and potentially some more opportunities for the Greyhounds because they've been very good on transition so far this afternoon.
Any chance we can go to that birthday party that's after the game, you think, Coach? The birthday party just to the outside there.
That's what it is. It's a birthday.
Seems like a fun party. A lot of balloons over there.
A lot going on here. That's for sure.
On a Saturday afternoon, absolutely. Greyhounds win the faceoff. Shot in front. A player was in front of Saunders. That was Johnson. That's how she scored her goal. She was taken down, though, aggressively by Pitter. Saunders made the save. No penalty, but Johnson, who scored her goal by putting her body 5'8", all in front of Saunders, tried to do it again, and the puck stopped by Saunders. Grinnell and Giesbrecht in the faceoff dot, won by Giesbrecht, and then a nice play taken by Rose. Rose up ahead with a nice pass to Devlin, over the line, nice drop shot, wide, looking for a stick in front, then rebound came out the other side, as the board's a little lively down here off the shot by Devlin. Rose almost had an opportunity. A bit of a hit at center. A stick goes flying, but the Greyhounds continue on. The Eagles get back to play defensively and try to chip it out of the zone. Still can't get it out, and finally taken by Desai. Desai with a head of steam, 3-on-2 at the red line. Over the line, offsides, as Devlin could not stay on sides. Desai had to make a bit of a veer, and that led to Devlin being offsides. But Devlin ahead of steam was looking for something. That's the second time that's happened today where the Eagles have had that speed opportunity and the player's gone off sides. Noonan lost the face-off to Chaplin. Puck sent up the wall, but in the Eagle zone. Noonan fighting for it. Noonan been one of the better Eagles today as well. Puck played by Peterson, also one of this line of Noonan and Peterson, at least this twosome of Noonan and Peterson, have been very good today. Just haven't been able to get the goal. Puck sent into the Eagle zone, goes off the leg of Cielo, and now fought for by Noonan. Peterson and Noonan now in the near corner. Noonan comes away with it. Noonan holds. Noonan goes behind her back to Peterson, who tracks it behind the net, being watched closely by Chaplin. Noonan and Peterson fighting hard, and the puck finally squirts to center with a racing Agater, and then Agater tries to center in front, and then a re-center in front to Hanrahan. It goes off her stick, but there's Peterson again, and Peterson again played well for the Eagles. Peterson gives it away to Agater, gives to Hanrahan. Hanrahan closing in over the line, shot toward the net off a leg, played into the near corner, and then sent all the way down the ice. With 4:30 remaining in the third, not going to be an icing. Eagles getting in there. It's McEvkis fighting for it. Puck sent up the wall, but the only one there is a Greyhound. It's Hanrahan. And she'll dump it back to center where it's played by Ava McGaffigan. Ava McGaffigan, fancy move, tries to get around the defense of Eamon, but nice play by Eamon to stick check it away, and it's played by Vanda Otlar, who tries to get it out of the zone. Excuse me, that was Wysocki, apologies, 27, not 28. And played back to center. Eagles luckily end up with the puck. Down the wing is Luckman. Luckman taken down, no penalty there. Then shipped up the wall to McGaffigan and out. Tipped by the Greyhounds all the way down into the zone. This could be an icing. They wave off the icing at the last minute. And Giesbrecht tries to come away with it. Gives to Eamon. Back to Webster. Webster up the wall to Patfield. Patfield looking for Luckman. Luckman fighting in there for it. Checked off. Fed up the wall and out to center. 3:30 to go in regulation time. It's 3-0 Assumption. Puck up the wall. Played back to the defense again. Team's playing a little bit of catch as Valentini sends it back to the Eagle defense, and here they come again. Valentini steps in to take the puck away nicely from Luckman, and now she comes in over the line with a pass to Terenzano right on. Light left pad save by Saunders as Terenzano, who opened the scoring at 55 seconds with a nice one-timed wrist shot with 3:04 remaining.
Yeah, this is that wide open play that we're talking about that we're seeing right now.
Problem for the Eagles, though, is they're not getting the same opportunities that the Greyhounds are having. Shot from the point, deflected off the body of Saunders and into the corner where Johnson comes away with it. Cassandra Johnson, who scored her first goal, comes through the slot with a shot. Who scored her first goal in the second period. She just came through the slot with a shot that just went wide. Played back up the wall by Grinnell and kicked out to center finally by the Eagles. Back in their own zone, they play catch. Pitter has it dumped into the far side Zamboni corner, almost a giveaway. It comes all the way around to Johnson. Johnson using her body, but the Eagles somehow come up with it. Grom in the corner fighting for it. Sent all the way down around. D might want to pinch, but they don't. Played on the half wall, spun away by Vaughn. Vaughn, D to D to Kirkby. He's a nice pass to Grinnell. She's up the middle, makes a move, and it's a breakaway. What a move, Grinnell, and then a breakaway shot stopped by Saunders. It was a 2-on-0 more than anything else. She took out two Eagles. And Grinnell had a breakaway from the blue line in, but a nice stop by Saunders, who has played well. Top three Eagles I've seen tonight, Coach, obviously Saunders, Peterson, and Noonan. They seem to be the three best Eagles on the ice tonight, as at least offensively, Peterson and Noonan have created some offense.
Yeah, we'll see if Coach Silverman's going to pull the goaltender here, and we'll try to get one and see where this thing goes.
Doesn't appear to at the moment, but the Eagles need possession. 90 seconds remaining in regulation time. 3-0 Greyhounds. Over the line, the Eagles come back. It's Rose. Rose looking for something. Still in the net is Saunders. Rose spins away. Rose at the circle has it. Greyhounds doing a good job just blocking the front of the net. 4 Greyhounds there. Now back to the point to Amon, whose shot is blocked, and a possibility of a breakaway here for Rago. If she can get to the puck, Rago will, but Amon gets back defensively nicely, and she's played well as well. Puck sent behind the net to Walsh. Walsh looking to center in front, also happy just to pin it there, and Ammon comes away with it, a long pass ahead. Teams again playing catch. Ammon trying to find some kind of offense. Tries to feed it up the wall to Rose. Couldn't get it there, and it's back into the Eagle zone again with 50 seconds remaining in the third period. Kirkby down deep in the zone looking for somebody. Gives to Agater. Agater now down there as well. 40 to go in regulation time. 3-0. 4 players pinning it on the wall. Greyhounds happy to do it. Eagles trying to get it off the wall. Rugby-type scrum as time just ticks away, and it's now 30 in the third period. Come away with it. Centered in front. A stop on Champlain with Saunders, as Hanrahan came away with it after the rugby scrum. She found Chaplin, and a shot was stopped by Saunders. Eagles trying for one last opportunity with 10 seconds left to go. Aren't going to get it. Nicely played by Cielo behind the net. Stopped by Saunders. Time will tick away. We'll have time for one more face-off, or the clock will just run out, as it was just running with 2.2 to go in the third period. So, with 2.2 to go and a face-off to Saunders left, Assumption will go to 4-8-1 on the season, 4-5-1 in the NEWHA. The Eagles will fall to 3-12 on the season, 3-7 in the NEWHA. Both teams are off until after the Thanksgiving break. Shot from the point, blocked in front. Game will end 3-0 Assumption. And Coach, the Eagles played well in spurts, but Assumption was the better team today.
Yes, and again, it's super simplistic, but hold true. You have to play a full 60 minutes, and that first 5 minutes of the first period was just a little bit too much for Post to overcome today.
No scoring in the third period. Teams will shake hands. Unfortunately, we don't have the shots on goal total because there's some issue, but 3-0 the final. Both teams will take a break, relax, have some turkey this week, breathe. Lots of hockey still to go for both teams. But overall, a better performance today by the Greyhounds than by the Eagles. So, Coach, happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you in a week.
Yes, same to you.
We'll be on the men's side a week from today, 1 o'clock, 12:45 pregame, as the Eagles will take on the male Assumption Greyhounds here, same place, downstairs, Sports Center of Connecticut, on the NE10 Now Network and the youtube.com/GoPostEagles. We thank you for joining us wherever you are around the country, around the world. Coach, any last thoughts?
I just think that there's a lot of good that can come out of this when you watch some video, see how your opponent plays, see how you play. This is league game, league play. You're going to see each other again. You got a nice little rivalry started here.
That'll do it for us. The final score, Assumption 3, Post nothing, as Post thanks to fans who showed up here tonight. We'll see you in 1 week on the men's side, as the men's team will take on the Assumption men here at the Sports Center of Connecticut. For Coach Pete Whitney, I'm Jeff Nelson. Have a good night, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you next week, a week from today.